Assalamualaikum and welcome. I am happy to see you all. Today it is already Sunday in Australia, in Sri Lanka, in Malaysia. It's already Sunday morning, the 7th of September 2025. If they call it the blood moon, the full moon, Poya. So in Sri Lanka, it's a day off. In America, it's not a day off, but we feel the energy. It's Sunday. I mean, I guess a lot of people are off on Sunday. Actually, I'll take that back. Actually, Sunday is it's a very auspicious day. It's a day that people go to church. It's a very spiritual day, and we all can collectively agree from Anthony, welcome, Assalamualaikum, from Anthony to Lisa to Diana, who's in Trinidad and Tobago, folks from TikTok, that the effect of the full moon is felt because we are all made of water. Right? We are all made of water. We all have the same blood, whether you believe it or not. Even though I'm Muslim, if something were to happen to you and you are in Uganda, and if I was there, if you have O positive and you need my O positive blood, I will donate it to you, because regardless of my religion and how I identify, our bloods across the world, we have few different groups we can donate, right? And some of you are universal donors. MashaAllah. Which one of you are universal donors? Blood group. Raise your hand and type in the comment, what blood group do you have? I have O positive. So I think, let's learn today about blood. Because in the beginning, when we were created, there's water turned to blood, right? So let's learn what unites us. Instead of talking about the topics what divides us, let's start with what unites us. Blood. Subhanallah, if today something were to happen to me, today I drove to class, let's say some tragic thing happened, I got into an accident, right? And they send me in the ambulance to the emergency room. They will not look in the chart and see if I was a Muslim or a Jew or a Christian or a Trump supporter or a Kamala supporter, or who I politically, if I was trans or if I was lesbian or gay. They will not look at any of that. They will run tests according to science, and they will find out quickly to save my life, because doctors, nurses, healthcare workers pledged. When they became that, they pledged and they say, I will not discriminate. I am doing a job. So they are noble. They are actually doing work of angels. So if you're a doctor, nurse, if you're working in healthcare systems today, I thank you, because you are the closest angels of Allah. Because people might have discriminated against you for being a doctor, against you for being a therapist. Maybe people have challenged you and kicked you. If you're a nurse, if you're a hijabi doctor, I've seen some of my friends, hijabi doctors, they had their hijabs pulled for simply serving someone, because someone didn't like the doctor had a hijab. And if you were such a doctor and you maintained your peace and you maintained your faith, you didn't remove your hijab because somebody thought you were scary for wearing a hijab. MashaAllah, it's a gift. To wear a hijab is a gift for a feminine form, because even me, I'm getting older, men or women, we cover. I love that in fall. I look at my hairline. Look at my hairline, for God's sake. In this climate, now that it's becoming fall, I woke up to 45 degrees today. This is cold, so anything to cover your head at this point is a blessing, right? So clothing is it's advised to you in Islam, right? You can be clothless if you wish to be, but clothing is advised. Clothing is given as a adornment, right? We feel majestic, we feel better. You're also a nurse. O positive and nurse. Lisa says Nisa is also O positive nurse. Anthony says healers. Wow, Shannon Brooks, thank you for over there. You like curry too? Good. Okay, curry is not in the subject, but we'll get to thank you. We'll get to the subject of curry later. Walaikum salam, enchanted every day. I'm reading. I am doing so well, subhanallah. Thank you. Don't fight in the chat. Just be yeah, it is full moon indeed. I can tell by the chat. It is full moon indeed. Just by, I do like curry. I like curry. I like shawarma. What do you want to serve me today? I like curry. I like mac and cheese. I like kebabs. I like even the bagel with the salmon in it. What do you call it? In Chicago, you get it. It's a Jewish delicacy. So I eat anything that's halal. That actually Jewish folks and Muslim folks, we can eat the same food because it's kosher. I can eat it as well, right? I can eat it as well. So thank you. Good topic. You brought it up. So I am streaming from the US. Thank you for asking. So keep going, YouTube. If you love me, if you love what I'm doing on YouTube, if you first time you're seeing me on YouTube, many people on YouTube are free. You're learning Arabic, Anthony. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Okay. Alif, very easy, right? Just one strike. Just the first letter of Arabic is just this, Alif. It's called Alif. Alif, then Ba, then Ta. Oh my God! If you get a Quran, if you buy any Quran, mostly a lot of in the beginning itself, they will give you the alphabets of the Quran, right? So you can see how it's pronounced, and you all are very, very, very fortunate. When I was in school, I only got the book. We had to write calligraphy. We had to trace calligraphy. Actually, it's very good. I would, if you love like meditation kind of stuff, I would suggest get one of those Islamic tracing books where they trace letters of the Quran, and just follow that flow. Just follow the flow of tracing. I think even TikTok shop has it. Before I used to sell it. I can put it a link later if you all want it. I don't know if it's still available, but you can still find it even online. I'm not trying to sell anything. You can go find a free PDF, print it out, trace with the Quran. All right, and if you can't do that, what you can do is you can do what we did as children, which is you get a empty piece of paper, right? This is not empty. Oh, look at what I have. This is I have to complete the coloring page yet. I went to a queer Muslim space here in Chicago. Yes, there are queer LGBTQIA folks who identify as Muslims. Did you know that? Yes, yes, and they love Islam so much that they printed out mosques, and they distributed this page across the tables to invite people to color and talk about discussions about Islam and our history and traditions. So it's very important that we remember LGBTQIA folks can be spiritual, can be very highly connected to the source. So treat each other regardless of background with respect. All right? That's what Allah has taught us in this book, that we have created you from different nations, different tribes, different places, so you may know one another and learn from one another. That is directly quoted from the Quran. That's actually, did you know that? We have made you of different nations, tribes, and people, so you may get to know one another and learn from one another. Hey, who says this? Happy Saturday, hey everyone. Thank you. I respect Jesus as well. I actually went to church 2 weeks ago to pray for my friend. I go in there. So thank you reminding me of Jesus. We see Jesus as a prophet in this book of Quran. We highly respect him. We see him as a divine being. So my Christian friends, welcome. Just like I would go as a Muslim and observe you pray in a church, I ask you to sit back and listen to my perspective of what Islam has to offer. You see, when I go to church and I sit there, I respect your teachings. I don't go argue with the pastor. I don't go bring my Quran and I don't say to the pastor, actually, pastor, leave the Bible, take this. I don't do that because that is considered disrespectful. Isn't that so? The pastor is doing a service to humanity. He spent 30, 40, 50 years of his life in celibacy to teach the teachings of Jesus Christ. So my job as a human being, as a civil, obedient human being, is to go there, listen to him. It's kind of like when we go to school. If my teacher is Hindu, right, and my teacher is teaching science, my teacher is teaching me the galaxies. Om, actually the teacher has the teaching of Om within them. They're spilling that to me. I am not going to argue with my Hindu teacher and say, actually teacher, Islam is the right one. The teacher will be like, you sit down. Hinduism is long before Islam, which is true, right? So the teacher has a point. As a Muslim, how we connect the dots is, how I connect the dots is, we are the updated version. Just like you have iPhone 5 or 4, right? In the beginning, when iPhone 5, or the first one, when Steve Jobs came out with it, it was the most sophisticated, the best phone ever. I've never seen a phone like this. Touch screen. Before that, I had a Nokia. Before that, I had an Alcatel, a QWERTY keyboard. Before that, I had a BlackBerry. Before that, I remember my dad bringing back a brick phone. Do you all know what a brick phone is? The antenna was like this long. It weighed about sorry to cuss. It weighed about 10 pounds, probably. And he carried it around to get some signal. We couldn't even get the signal at home. He had to be outside in the field. We didn't even use it. They had land phone back then at home. So from that, when Steve Jobs brought the iPhone, the tiny iPhone, right? You all remember that? That was like, what is this magical device? What was this, right? So say thank you. Oh my God, I'm getting gifts. What? I look ridiculous on TikTok right now. And sorry, if you all want to see, this is why I tell YouTube. YouTube, I love you all. Oh my God, Cesar Gonzalez, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You all, stop fighting on YouTube. This is the one thing I will ask you all. There is no understanding, right? Like TikTok is very good at this. TikTok has community guidelines, so does YouTube. But on YouTube, please refrain from attacking each other in the chat room. Do you all get this? Like, stop attacking each other in the chat room. When someone is speaking, listen to this, listen to me, focus here, right? Focus here. And once I'm done with the session, go to the comment section, write your whole essays. I'll look at that. But while you are watching me, no point Tays attacking Caesars, these are good people. In that, I believe all of the people that watch me on YouTube are good. But you all just came from a different algorithm, right? So for you to even get what I'm saying, first you have to listen to what I'm saying. Learn listening skills, all right? It'll help you. I learned from a teacher today. He's an older Jewish man. He taught me today something very valuable, right? And he told me listening skills is very important. Think about it. If you are smart, if you're a genius, you would listen to whoever speaks. Even if a dictator speaks, you will listen to him because you have the ability to pay attention. And then you decide what you want to do with it, right? But bursting out in the middle of the conversation is throwing a tantrum, right? So first listen, right? If you want to engage in the topic, please do. But if it's off topic, I will consider is that you all are just going, in trying to, I'm trying to bring you all to peace. Please, okay, let's start with coloring. So coloring is a good way to start. If you cannot read, color, all right? And trace, all right? Even if you don't understand what the Arabic letters are, and if your mind is so boggled that you don't want to even think about the translation, get a piece of paper, like a light piece of paper. Where is it? I've written everything. I can't leave papers alone. I tend to write. See, I've written formulas because I just fill out things from my brain. It is good to have paper, right? Just like you all are typing in the chat section, I would suggest change those hate and stuff to formulas. One, it will make you smarter. Two, it will make me happier. Instead of attacking one another in the chat room about something that we do with our differences, let's connect with maths. How's that? Maths is equal to everyone. 1 plus 1 is 2, whether you go to China, whether you go to Africa, whether you come to America, whether you go to Sri Lanka. You can never lie with maths. Maths will always tell you the truth. So how about we start with maths? Right? Is that a good thing? Because write some formulas in the chat. Why are you writing about diarrhea, Ya Allah? Why? Why? Do you need... See, this is trolling. This is trolling, but I will leave you to it because it helps my algorithm. I'm telling you to do maths and you are trolling about diarrhea. If you have diarrhea, the nearest toilet is your answer. Coming to my chat room and spilling about your bodily fluid, I am not a nurse. I am not your nurse, and nor am I your father or mother. I am simply here to talk about its blood moon, and I'm simply here to give you spiritual, what do you call it? Spiritual benefits, spiritual books, good books like Alchemist. How would you like for your diarrhea an Alchemist, like a book like Alchemist? Or would you like I'm trying to get you to get out of that mind of trolling and come into a peaceful state. Do you have any... Adam's asking. Good. Billy Johnson. Wait, what did you say? 1 plus 1, they... that is a hate comment, Billy. Well, I'm not going to answer that. Adam Menace, do you have any interesting thought on the human condition? Well, the human condition has always been very fascinating throughout history, right? Because the human brain is different from person to person, from region to region, right? That is why all great sages and all great civilizations have had a system to train the human brain a certain way, right? So let's say you were born in America, right? If you followed the education system and if you got to high school, if you got to college, your brain would have developed in a certain trained way that you can follow instructions, that you can read a book, that you wouldn't have trouble passing a test because you were trained for many years to sit through, to understand, to follow instructions, to process things, right? And same thing goes. Okay, I'm going to... you're disrupting the entire class. Who is this? What is your name? Decibels. I'm going to mute you, dear, because I've given you chance, right? I'm going to give you timeout. All right. He's given a timeout. Good feature on YouTube. They have a feature called do I worship cows? Oh wow, what a question. Okay, let's see. Happy Saturday. Hey everyone, I'm trying to get to the good comments. Russian. I don't know, what am I? Okay, I'm just gonna read through everything quickly. Who was Adam was asking? Somebody with another Adam was asking. I want to respond to him. Where is his comment? So many comments, mashallah. Sorry if I didn't get to your comment. Everybody follow me on TikTok. Monkey commented, dingy dinky, what is that? Okay, beautiful comment. At least you comment. Monkey, for the love of God, at least you did not comment any hate comment. See, if you don't know what to comment, drop some cute emojis. It is far better for you to drop cute emojis than write something that is completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about, right? So Adam, what did you say? Hi, my name is Brad. Brad, welcome. Why your cousin? What is going on about this? You all are not even close to the topic. All right, so I'm not gonna respond to many of y'all. Puppy lover, welcome. Christina, he asked about the human condition. All right, so human condition. Currently, humans are given so many resources, but they are ungrateful. That's the human condition currently. Currently, humans are given so much freedom, but they are unable to find their way. Right? That's what happens. Currently, humans are in their own hell, in their own mind. That is my genuine answer. Because the human was created by Allah according to Islam, right? He created in according to Islam. If you read it, any Abrahamic religion, the book, first created Adam and then Eve, right? How? All right. Anyway, then there was Satan that was created, the dark one, or not the dark, I guess the bad one, because Adam might be dark, made out of clay, right? Made out of clay, wasn't made out of concrete, made out of clay, earth. So essentially, earth is dark. So Satan was created, and Allah said to Satan, and then there was also angels, Malaika. Angels were created, Satan. Allah told angels, bow down to Adam. Bow down to Adam. Respect Adam. I created him. And what did the angels do? Angels obeyed. Angels took the advice and bowed down to Allah's will, which is to Adam. And Allah told Satan, Shaitan, bow down to Adam. He said, no, I am not bowing down to him. Why should I bow down to him? I'm not bowing down to him. He disobeyed his creator. So you have two beings. One, Adam obeys the creator. You have the Shaitan, which is the nemesis, says, no, I'm full of he's full of ego. He said, you might have created me, but I ain't bowing down to him. I ain't bowing down to nobody. Matter of fact, I'm not bowing down to you too, God. He said that. He's very full of, it's like, you created me. You created me, now I'm here. I am not bowing down to Adam, or I'm not bowing down to Allah. I'm not bowing down to nobody. No, I'm now in power. He's full of ego, right? And Allah looked at me like, what? I just created you. It's kind of like you create an AI bot, right? Let's say you're the creator. You created two bots, right? Three bots. First one is the main one, the motherboard. And then you created two ones. And the other one saw it. It's like, no, I'm going to hit everybody. I'm going to hack the system. Like, what? But Shaitan forgot that the creator holds the key to the code. You can't mess around with the creator, right? That's why in Buddhist teachings, that's why in Hindu teachings, very important to not have ego. Why do Lord Buddha, think about Lord Buddha, before the Abrahamic religion, can we all agree there was the Buddhist teaching? Before that, can we all agree there was the Hindu teaching? Older than anything, right? Sanskrit, older than anything, right? We all know that. So can we all agree, they from many years ago told us, beware of the ego, contain your ego. Why? Because they knew about Shaitan. Just the name is different. They knew how powerful the ego can be and how powerfully it can destruct in the wrong direction. So from early on, right, when the creation was created, we were told to contain, to control, to diminish the ego, to understand it. That considered as masters. If you can contain your ego, if you can contain your desire to destruct when times are hard, that means you have achieved what? Liberation, nirvana. Think about Mahatma Gandhi, all right? Think about Mahatma Gandhi. He gave freedom to India from colonizers who had guns and all sorts of ammunition. Mahatma Gandhi wore a white robe and went and starved with villagers and attained freedom for his own country without shedding blood, without punching anyone in the face, all with his brain and his belief. That is the power of Creator. That is the power of intelligence, right? So all of you have that gift. All I'm asking you is to centralize yourself, forget about attacking one another, contain yourself, bring yourself to a place that you are most proud of, all right? Bring yourself to the place that I would be proud of looking at you. Many of you, I would, who are you? I need your help because I believe in God. Welcome, Brad. Welcome. Welcome. Don't listen to comments that will hurt you. Welcome to my YouTube. Come to my TikTok. You're always welcome. If you love something good, if you don't attack your friends, you are welcome in my page. But if you attack your friends, I don't welcome that, because I am also a creator. I'm a TikTok and YouTube creator. Just like we have the authority to set boundaries, who we invite into our space, who we say you can stay away, right? Because what I have done is created a sacred space within my life to bring you my best work. And no one of us want, when we are working on, let's say, a nice piece of art, or when I'm working on a beautiful equation. Have you seen the movie Beautiful Mind? Have you seen, like, let's say I'm Stephen Hawking, right? Let's say I'm on a wheelchair, I cannot speak, I'm wired, I'm working with my brain, right? And I'm working on a beautiful equation on my next book. And all of a sudden, I hear 1,000 chats of trolls. How would my equation look like? Like a mess. So that is why we need everyone to set clear boundaries, to let go of people who disrupt our peace of mind. And how do we do that? This is how I did it, and this is a proven method that has worked for me. Faith, trust why you're here. From before I was born, my life was already entrusted upon Allah by my mom and dad. My mom and dad are my first original creators. They were given the power to create me out of nothing, and I came kun fayakun. Kun fayakun means, in Quran, it's like be and it is. Kun fayakun. That means I breathe life into you. All right. I wonder that too. Let's keep wondering. Yes, I wonder that too. Let's keep wondering. So, I don't need a microphone, by the way. What are you all? Let me take a small break. How are you feeling, Anthony? Thank you for being a source of support. It means a lot that you're here. It surely means a lot that you're here. I like it too. It's the bats. Halloween theme. I got it from Dollar Tree. Yes. For those of you who are wondering, I do celebrate Halloween because it reminds me how close. See, Muslims, I think more than anyone, embrace the spirit of Halloween, but many people don't know that. Muslims are not fearful of death. We see death as a part of life, rebirth. We see death as a part of natural progression to the next world, right? So bats live in caves. And what does cave represent? Where Prophet Muhammad, got the message from Allah. See, Prophet Muhammad, I don't know if you all know, yesterday was his birthday, by the way. So many of you who might have grown up with negative connotations of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, turned 1,500 years yesterday. 1,500 years of legacy. So when he was born, right? When he was born, when he was born, There was no schools. He was illiterate. He was actually an orphan. He did not have his mom and dad. His uncle raised him, and he worked as a shepherd, with raising, helping his uncle, right? And but he was an honest man, a charming man, a good business person, right? And he worked in the markets. He worked in the markets in Saudi Arabia, and he captured the eye of a widow. Because back in the day, kind of like trade, they only had trade, right? They didn't have, they would trade stuff. So he captured the eye of a widow, a rich businesswoman, and she asked, can you imagine? Normally men ask for the hand in marriage. In Western culture, the man goes on the knee and asks, would you marry me with a ring? That's the bachelor, right? That's the Western culture. The man, patriarchy, the man asks the woman, would you marry me? But 1500 years ago, he was born 15, so maybe 1460, because he married, I think 30 something, I think. Don't quote me on that, but 1400 something years ago, he got married, right? But who asked him for marriage? A woman asked him, I like you. I would like to marry you. What a break in the gender system. The man did not ask the woman. A widow came up to him, and so that's how things were in Arabic countries and have been. But that's not the narrative that we are fed in the Western media. Women have a lot of power in the Eastern world. For instance, I was born in Sri Lanka. The first ever female president, prime minister of the world, did not come from Europe. She's Sirimal Bandaranaike from Sri Lanka. Her husband passed away. She did not want to be a prime minister. She did not want to have the position. People forced her to take it. This was in 50s, 60s, I think. So women have always been in leadership qualities because nature intended women to be leaders. If you look at Queen Bee, who's the queen of the beehive? A man? No, a woman, a female. So according to nature, there's actually a whole chapter about the bees in the Quran, right? So in the Eastern world, in the Muslim world, in the Arabic world, even pre-Islamic, women had rights, right? But I want you to know, so Muhammad didn't go around asking women. He was suited. He was asked for marriage, and he said yes. He said yes. He married Khadija, the first wife. A widow, not a virgin, a widow. Right? He was a selfless man. He was a selfless man. If you actually read about his biography, you would change your entire perspective about him. The narrative that the Western media has fed you all about him is so sad and so, it's kind of like I would never say anything bad about Jesus Christ because I have never met him in person. I respect him because he's written in the Quran as one of our prophets. I see him as a light of God. But the way that the Western media perpetuates and insults Prophet Muhammad is so heartbreaking because you have never known the man for a fact. Number two, you bought the narrative that they wanted you to believe that he's an evil man when he's not. He's actually he's a pioneer. He freed the slaves. Do you know before white supremacists freed the slaves, he freed the slaves. It's written in the Quran that you cannot enslave people. He wrote so many things. If you lived 1500 years ago, he was the most advanced, he brought the most advanced system to that region. And it spread like wildfire across the globe because everybody's like, here's the updated version of religion, let's all follow it quickly. Right? Because if there's an updated version, it's like, I have, this is 13, right? I bought 13. When 15 came out, I bought 50. Why? Because I wanted the most updated version. Does that make 13 bad or wrong? No. It does not make 13 bad or wrong. But if you wanted the most updated, you had to read. It's kind of like if you watch serial on TV, episode, whatever the show you guys watch, season 1, season 2, right? Hunger Games or whatever. If you didn't watch the trilogy, you would crave to watch it, right? There's a part of you who would always want to watch, I want to know what happens in the next season. I want to know what happens in the next season. So same thing, right? For us, for Muslims, this is the most updated, and we were told Muhammad is the last prophet. So we have 25 prophets. First Adam, my name, I was named after Adam, Idris, Noah is, Noah. It's the same thing, the one on the boat with the animals, same person. In the Torah and Bible, you call him Noah, we call him Noah. And then Idris, Soleh, Ibrahim as Abraham, Lut, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, Yusuf, Ayub, Shoaib, Musa, Harun, Zulkifli, Ilyas, Yunus, Zakaria, Yahya, Isa. I missed 2 more. Can you tell me which 2? Muhammad. 1500 feels like a lot of miles. Yes, 1500 feels like a lot of milestone these days. Absolutely. Jacob, what are you writing? Sahih Bukhari, Aisha. Dear Lord, listen. Okay, you all talk about Aisha, alright? Let me tell you this much. Okay? In 1930, in America, and then you go Google it, alright? They have married minors. Since you bring up Aisha, I'm going to bring this up. In 1930s, 1920s, white men have married minors. Not a joke. Look it up. If you come for my history, I will show you your history. If you try to paint Prophet Muhammad a certain way, I will show you your entire book, because you're human too. Your leaders have done things too. So please look up 1930s in America, where white men have married 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. Even today, you can find white and every color of white men and whatever, even women, right? Who do things to minors. So that is not a godly quality, right? That is not a godly quality. And I want you to know, for Prophet Muhammad, he had 7 wives, alright? For him, back in the day there was war. Some of them he married to protect from the enemies. You don't know whether he slept with them or not. But according to the law back then, if he did not marry some of these women, alright? If he did not marry them, he had no rights to protect them. So, the version that I believe, alright, first he married the widow. Yes, finally he married someone younger. I don't know how old. Aisha was young. I will admit that. But you don't know what he did with him until what age, right? You don't know what it was like 1500 years ago. You think people today are nasty. People back then had no ChatGPT, no book to guide them, right? So do not attack my prophet, for I will show you what the current administration is doing. The current leader, you know yourself, the type of way he sees women. I don't think I have to narrate that to you. Your current leaders, your dictators on 2025, how do they treat women? What language do they use for women? How many women have they been with? How many children do they have? Are they monks? I'm just asking. Is the president a monk? How many monks are running the country? I think except for Bhutan. I think Bhutan is probably the only place on earth which is ran by a monk, which is why they don't even participate in this shenanigans. So before, there's a saying in Islam, before you point one finger at me and say Islam is bad, 4 fingers point at you. So before you come at me and attack my religion, always remember 3 goes back to you. Your own ancestors, your own people. So don't do that, right? Because I also have other things to do. If you come to learn something, learn. If you don't like it, step out. Alright? Jacob, you may step out. Because you're disrupting other students. What Jacob is doing, he's disrupting others because you all are learning something. And what he is doing, this happens all the time. It happens because of jealousy. In the Quran clearly states that when you are trying to understand something, when you are trying to learn something new, when you are trying to embrace something new, the evil will come and tell you, oh, don't do it. Kind of like so you decide. I don't want you to use Jacob. You watch this. I'm not forcing this upon you. I'm simply telling you what has worked for me. And I'm simply bringing you the truth. That predators exist in every religion, every caste, every faith, every country. So to paint one region as predatory is wrong. To call Middle Easterners, predatory. Like what about Westerners? What about Africa continent? What about Australia? What about Antarctica? You don't have predators there. You don't have predators in Alaska. Think of it in a global way, right? This book is a guide. For me, truly, this book is a guide for the animal. If you have an animalistic tendency, a primal tendency, this book or Bhagavad Gita, if you don't like it, please don't attack this. Just go get a Bhagavad Gita. I would suggest if you're not ready for the Quran, I respect that. Please go grab yourself a Bible. Because a heart that attacks this book will never have it. I will tell you that much. If you attack let's say a person, right? Let me just tell you. There's a bird, okay? There's a beautiful swan. If you come with an intent to attack the swan, you will never own the swan. If let's say you have a dog or a cat, if you come with the heart, when you enter the chat, you're like, I want to grab the cat and keep it and torture it. You will never have the dog or the cat. You will never have it. Same goes, if you come to my page and with the intention of attacking Islam, you will never learn it. You will never learn it. You must come to a class with the intention of, I am open to it. I love this. I embrace this. If you're not ready for it, please exit the chat. Go to a different faith. Don't waste your time. We all have pleasant energies. And yes, Anthony says, if you love a flower, don't pick it. What a beautiful lemon. If you love a flower, don't pick it. Right? So don't pick at me if you love me.
If you come in loving kindness, don't try. I know many of you all spend hours on end on YouTube trying to invoke negativity in people. What does that do to you? Does that make you leave feeling good about yourself? Think about how proud you would be if you left the chat room making someone's day even better. Subhanallah, if you left this chat room feeling like you're better than when you came in here by spreading loving kindness, by spreading joy, by spreading understanding, that means you have the gift of God. But if you come in here, make it unpleasant for me, an educator, in my own way, I'm teaching you something, right? What are you doing? If so, is that how you want to be remembered? As someone who spread toxic? Tony, if you don't like religion, you may leave also. This is for my purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Keep going. I accept everything. This is what my prophet had to go through when keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keep helping me with the algorithm. Since you have chosen that, I can continue teaching. Keep it. At least the right people will watch this, and at least the right people will like this. So keep going with your chat. May Allah bless you. I say this one word. A'udhu billah. من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Alright. So work on your equations,
and once you're done with the equations,
come to
the book. Once you're ready, this book is for the lovers, not the haters. I would never give this book to a child whose heart is filled with hate. This book is filled with loving kindness. This book is filled with wisdom. This book is filled with intelligence. If you treat this book with disrespect, you will pay the price. But if you treat this book with love, with understanding, with an open heart, you will receive the gift of life. For this book has everything you need to build a civilization. From all the countries in Middle East, right? They were built on this foundation. Right? Most countries and most Muslims, we govern ourselves according to this book. Even though I live in America, I govern myself 100% according to the good that this book offers. So you may try. For sticks and stones are words in alphabets, but before alphabets I learned to read and write in Arabic. So, welcome, peace be upon you. Assalamualaikum. Alright, so learn to write in Arabic, because lately English has lost its meaning. I really don't think the Englishmen, the British, would be proud of the way English is used these days. You know, British, my grandfather, was so proud and happy to work for the British. He was at one point when Sri Lanka was colonized. He wrote cursive, he wrote English. Never has the English language been this tainted. The words you all use today in English are horrible. Your grandmother, your grandfather will be so ashamed of the way that you speak English, the way that you use your tools. Your grandmother, your grandfather never had access to a computer. You all have access to a computer, a phone, a tablet. And how do you use it? To troll. How do you use it? To create hate memes. Isn't that shameful? Isn't that a disgrace for your... Even I think the Queen, that's why the Queen passed away, because she couldn't cover her face. She was like, I created all this civilization and these people are playing a mockery of it. Have respect for ancient ways of doing things. Have respect for language. Use the language English in beautiful words. There's a beautiful way to get your point across without cussing someone, without insulting someone, without, bringing them down. That's called professional way of speaking to someone. That's how you are seen as a valuable human being across the world when you speak with grace, no matter the language. Do you understand? If I raise my voice and speak like you in the chat, people will catch it just by my tone. You can catch how people speak through their tone, through their choice of words, through their expressions. I have not seen many of your hate faces, but just by reading your hate comments, I already know. Because why? The words, the choice of words are so poor choice of words. So before you come talk to me in an intellectual conversation, fix your words. Okay? Do honor for the language English. At least speak it properly. If you were to come and tell me about, things, at least speak the language in a proper manner. Alhamdulillah, dancing lobster. Alhamdulillah. I will go my Arabic lessons. Yes, they are going to Arabic lessons also. Good. Alright.
So I read
the first.
Allah. Are you all having a
Good day so far, so good. Thank you, Turtle.
Thank you. Keep it up. Do you, Turtle, whatever works for you. I don't know you personally, but keep it up. Swim. Keep going. So Al-Baqarah, we read a few. Alif Lam Mim, a magical word. Today I'll teach you
a magical word from the Quran. It's the second surah. Alright, it's about the cow. Somebody asked me earlier in the chat, do you worship the cow? What a clear and concise question. So the answer to that is in chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, which is chapter 2. This chapter is dedicated to the cow. The name of the chapter is Cow. And it starts with a magical word. Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب في هدى للمتقين. This is the book. In it is sure guidance without doubt to those who fear Allah. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويؤمنون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. For those we believe in the unseen, are steadfast in prayer, and spend of what we have provided for them. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون, and who believe in the revelation sent to you and sent before your time, and in their hearts have the assurance of hereafter. So very important. Number 4, right? Surah, verse 4. If you believe in the revelation sent to you and sent before your time and their hearts. So we are talking about, do you know as a Muslim, I believe in the Bible, the text before me. It's told in the Quran. I told you this is an updated version. So I'm not discarding the Bible. I'm not putting down the Bible. Neither did I put down the Torah. Why? This is an updated version for me. So wouldn't it be stupid for me to put down my Christian family? Wouldn't it be stupid for me to put down my Jewish family or even any family? Because we are all the same. See, if I updated my phone, you didn't update your phone, we are still alive. You can still use your phone. If it works for you, use it. I have an updated phone. That's it. Very simple. I have an updated phone. I have an updated book. So if your phone and your book works for you, keep it. Good for you. I believe you. I trust you. I know it works for you. My friends who are Christians, I know in my whole heart that Christianity works for them. I know in my whole heart that Judaism works for my friends who are Jewish. And same thing, I expect that you allow me the same respect and grace that Islam works for me. That's called being civil. That's called given equal rights. Right? That's called being human. Because after Islam, there's other religions, Sikhism, Baha'ism. Have you guys heard of that? Sikhism. One of my mom's best friend is Sikh, Punjabi. They came after Islam. And then there's Scientology, which is recent. There's so many religions that came after Islam. They are valid too. Now there's spirituality. Now some people are atheists, agnostic. They are valid too. They too have the right to exist. And who am I to judge them? Because I am not Allah. The only one who can judge is the Creator. I am not the Creator. I am simply Adam, human being. Right? So, learn to see things as equal. Learn to see Muslims, Christians, Jewish, atheists, agnostic, Hindus, all equal. I used to go to school. I sat with everybody. We ate lunch with everyone. We celebrated everyone's holiday. And we understood each other. We respected each other. We knew the value that they knew the value of a Muslim woman, that why she in hijab. They knew the value of a Hispanic mother, why does she wear a cross. They knew the value of what is Hanukkah, why is it different from Christmas. We all knew the differences and respected. See, when you respect another religion and when you allow them to practice their religion, they pray for you. When I came to this country, I prayed for this country. When I work for this country, when I earn for this country, when I step foot out of my home each day, I tell the creation, may all birds, bees, mothers, fathers, my neighbors, my friends, May all of us be safe today. Jackie, welcome. Jackie works hard in a factory. Jackie is a dear friend of mine. And I am so happy to see Jackie return to my life to greet me. Because Jackie is family to me. And that's what family is. We could be reading different books. We could be singing different songs. We could be working different jobs. We could be talking to different people. But family always comes back and remembers and says hi and checks in. Yes, families can be torn apart sometimes, even within families. I know some family members leave their religion and embrace a different religion. Some family members leave their families and go to a different country. So whatever it is, the reason, if your family ever comes back in peace, don't ever turn them away. In Islam, it is forbidden to turn your family away. You cannot turn them away if they come in loving kindness, right? Because sometimes people forget who they are until they come and see the face of their family, and then they remember, oh my God, it's almost like a program. It's like when you remember your mother, even though how some of you had horrible mothers or good mothers, but even if somebody was horrible, if you ever looked at them from far, you remember the things you have to do. Does it never ever occur to you? Let's say you go to work, you have a boss, right? And you don't really like the supervisor. But when you see the supervisor, let's say you're going through a tough day, you're going through whatever, let's say you're going through a breakup. But you go to work, you see your supervisor. Immediately you don't feel the heartbreak as much. Because now you have a duty at work, which is to do work at work. So in a way, even your harshest supervisor is helping you maintain your emotions and get work done. Same thing with class. This morning, I will tell you, I woke up, didn't feel that good because the weather was colder and, I didn't take an in-person class. Since COVID, I didn't really take an in-person class. Everything has been hybrid. But I told myself, this fall I'm going into the class. I'm not going for Zoom. I'm going in person. And my body told me so many narratives that I am sick, that I am not okay. Your body knows how to protect itself. Listen to it. But you must have the intelligence to understand, is this a way to avoid to go to class? Or am I really sick? Right? So what I did was I took medicine, non-drowsy one, and I told myself, now I have to go to class. Because I wasn't passing out. I wasn't dying. Once I stepped foot into the class, that was my medicine. So it was actually a trick. My brain was trying to keep me home on Zoom because it was more comfortable to be on Zoom and watch the teacher, because then I can click out, go to the toilet, go goof around, but when I'm in class in person, he's in front of me. There's other students in the class. Now it's a different environment. Now I'm not tempted to check my phone. I did not check my phone in that class. I did periodically go when the teacher went or during breaks, which is very good. The teacher was very good and disciplined in the manner. He only went on the phone during breaks, and when he touched it, I touched it. But I only took it to take pictures of myself because I was so proud of myself for sitting in class. I was so much in disbelief that I'm like, I am here in person, in class. I made it. I'm not sick. Right? Because my mind was like, you're sick, stay at home. Because when we were young, when I was young, I went to school on a sick day. My friends came to school when they had a little bit of a runny nose. Not that they had COVID or anything, but a little bit of a cold. Mom gave you soup, packed your lunch, go to school. Because at least in school you're learning something. Right? But nowadays, since COVID, little bit of a diarrhea, you cover yourself, you're bedridden for weeks. What does that do to the body? You become weaker. You become weaker. 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds now look like granny and grandpa. Isn't that true? 14, 15-year-olds today look like their grandma and grandpa. The only thing is diabetes and heart cholesterol is hitting them. So, please.
What I do?
Anyway, so go in person. I challenge all of you. I know Jackie goes to work. For those of you who don't have work, for those of you who are taking classes, many of you are in school, right? Opt for that in-person training. Opt for that in-person class. Go to that event in person. Meet people. Then you will learn how to speak better. You will engage better. You will mingle better. Okay, so I've only got to verse 4. I'll get to 5. Alright, I'll get to 5 and then I'm closing my Facebook and what is the other one? YouTube, and I'm going to pray. Okay, because it's time for praying, I'm going to pray. Right? So, last one, the cow. You guys got to read from book 30 use. We got so many to read. Right? A chapter a day or a page a day is enough. If you're starting on Islam, if you're just curious about Islam, if you just want to dabble your feet and fingers into Islam, don't get overwhelmed. A page a day, a verse a day. Alright? Some of you can buy flashcards, or there's so many things online that you can buy to learn one thing a day. Even if you have to search every morning, I would suggest wake up and go to ChatGPT and type, teach me something about Islam. One a day. And every day learn something. Learn something. ChatGPT is good. They will teach you something good. Right? And go from there and ask any questions you have. Because ChatGPT has a whole knowledge about Islam. But if you ask me, you have to be patient. Good morning, Assalamualaikum. Lakman, I was recording my first Quran podi lesson ekak dunna. So I'm so happy. But yes, you all, one page, one day. And if that's not working, start by praying. Pray, okay? You have so much to learn, so much resources. The only thing you all need is some guidance. Some guidance. Because if no one guided me, I wouldn't have been the man that I am today. We all need guidance. Accept guidance. Accept it. Alright? You will thank me later. Alright, number 5. They are last one, okay? From Surah Al-Baqarah. There's so many, but today I'm leaving here because 1 hour I have to talk to the chat, you know? And now I have to talk to the chat. Okay. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. They are on true guidance from their Lord, and it is these who will prosper. So if you read books and things that were revealed before you, that essentially the first, let me leave you with the first word. I told you that Prophet Muhammad, remember I said, he is not learned, he is illiterate, he did not know how to read or write. Then you will ask, how did the Quran come? I will teach you more. That's called magic, That is the magic, subhanallah, right? He did not know how to read or write. But this Quran is word per word what he got, word of Allah, it was revealed to him. So the first word, remember the Batman, I told you why I had bat. So he went to the cave and meditated. After he married Khadija, he is a very spiritual man, he is a very humble man, he is a very honest man. So back in the day, not like today, people go to clubs and parties and this and that. Back in the day, you work in the evening, you leave home, you go to the cave, quiet place, and you meditate. Even any spiritual person will tell you, you do that. So he went to the cave, he meditated. When he meditated one day, he meditated for a long time, not the first day. After some time, he gained that spiritual power, right? Angel came. Allah said, now time is right. Allah said, angel, Gabriel, you guys can call it. Gabriel in the Bible is Gabriel. Gabriel came and told his ear, Iqra, Bismika Rabbi. He's like, who said that? He was freaked out. Because in the dark, he was in the pitch dark, right? When you go to the cave, it's not 2025, there's no torchlight, there's no phone, there's no light. He's in the cave with bats and God knows what, snakes or what, Allah knows. He's not scared because he went to find the truth. Same thing with Lord Buddha, not scared. If you seek the truth, you're not scared of bats, you're not scared of snakes, you're not scared of centipedes, because why? God will protect you. You know that. Learn from Lord Shiva. No creature can harm you because creatures understand you. Isn't that true? If you approach an elephant with hostility, it will attack you. But if you walk just through the elephant village with, I am not coming for the elephant, I am just passing the village. If you say that in your heart and you pass the village, the elephant knows. You don't have to text the elephant. I'm from Sri Lanka, I'm telling you. When we go on safari, I just go in the village. I don't tell anything to anyone. I just pass. But in my heart, I tell to the creatures, in my heart, I don't text them. I'm walking through your village. I'm not coming to do anything to you. I'm simply passing your village. And elephant and cheetah and tiger and lion and monkey, they all understood. I don't have to text. They know, oh, that guy. Oh, he already asked for permission. He's just passing. So if elephant sees me on my way, he already know, oh, that guy, he already sent telepathic message. Let him pass. Don't bother him. Security check. Security pass. Because elephant, monkey, giraffe don't need your human type of, they are more intelligent. Because they feel my energy. Cat, dog, elephant, monkey, lion, snake, they don't understand technology text. They understand feeling, they understand fear, they understand attack or no attack. So if I am so peaceful, so powerful that I don't care about harming the elephant. Why to harm the elephant? Why to harm the cheetah? I want to go my destination. Right? If you're smart, you don't need to harm the bloody elephant to go to your next destination. You just pass. Same thing. Right? It's like going from one place to another. Right? Your destination is what? Your final destination. Your achievement, your enlightenment, wherever you call it. Right? It's not the creatures, it's not the humans. That's how I see myself. You all are Walaikum salam. Let me put the charger. 1 second.
Charger again. Because the battery is going down.
Where's the battery?
Where the charger is, I cannot find the charger. Okay. Someone gave me salam, right? Okay. Why
That charge.
Pray and come. Pray. Okay. So everybody, how to check? So Maghrib is sunset. I'm past sunset prayer because quickly we have transitioning from in North America. In North America, we're transitioning from summer to fall, right? And today's blood moon is poetic. So I think this is all, I didn't, mashallah, I didn't plan to do this, but I think this is how divine works, okay? So 59 degrees. Now let's check prayer time. So wherever you are in the world, Islam prayer times is 5 times a day, all right? And you can write a quick Google search will tell you what is your local prayer time. All right. So I still have time for Maghrib. Maghrib was at 7:15 p.m. So between Maghrib and next is Isha. Isha is the last prayer of the night. So I have 19 minutes for Isha. That means I can still make it for Maghrib prayer. I will tell you what it is all about, the prayer, how we do it. But for now, even if you follow the action of what I do, if you can't recite it, if you just follow basic, if you can't do anything, if you just listen, even that Allah will reward you. Do you trust that? If you don't understand anything that I say, let's say you watch 1 hour 20 minutes, the whole video, you still don't understand, but you just listen, there is a gift for you in that. Allah will give you a gift. For anyone with understanding and no understanding, whether you can see, hear, if you cannot talk, if you cannot type, let's say you're very ill, you cannot do anything, you're just breathing. Let's say you're very sick. If you just listen to the Quran or anything, even some Muslims speak good words, there is a gift. So I will pray for you, okay? Because ultimately I pray for not only humans, but the entire cosmos, entire creation. All right? Okay. So I will bring this camera. I have 14% battery. So I'll bring the YouTube and Facebook camera to my prayer space. So please, if you're in the chat, speak good words, because all the things that you say while I pray will be multiplied. So if you say something good while I pray, you will receive 10 times good. If you say something bad while I pray, you will receive 10 times bad. Okay, so I leave the karma to you in the chat, because I am not going to face the chat while I pray. I face what? I face Qibla. What is Qibla? It is northeast for me here in my location, my region. Depending on where you are on earth, find where is the direction of Qibla. Qibla is what? Essentially the black box that all Muslims pray towards. Have you seen Muslims all circle around a black little like box? I call it box, but it's called Kaaba, okay? It's in Saudi Arabia. It centralizes all Muslims to pray in one direction, all right? We'll get more into it. There's a lot of scientific data as to why we pray there, because it's very divine and very blessed. So all we are doing is focusing towards one direction, and I won't be facing your camera. I'm facing that. So keep your prayer in the chat. For everything you say in the chat will manifest. I promise it will manifest. Okay. Here we go. And I usually use a head covering because it shows humility. Why do we Muslims cover our head? If you don't have a head covering, it's okay. We are not going to, But this, you must have your clothing below your knees, no above, okay? Why? Respect. Modesty is considered respect in Islamic tradition. So have modesty when you pray, okay? So any head covering goes. Just use something very simple. I use this piece of bandana. And so this is Kaaba. And then you all know the azan. If you want me to recite it, I'll say it very quickly. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Did I say that right? Oh. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay? What that call for prayer is simply saying is, God is greatest, God is greatest. And then God is greatest, God is greatest 4 times. Allahu Akbar, Allah. I bear witness there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his final prophet. And then come, hayya ala salah means come to prayer. Come and pray. That's why they call 5 times a day. Come and pray. They say 2 times. And hayya ala falah means come to success. Come to success. So it says that if you pray, that means what? We all learn from the internet. If we say good things, if we chant, we say good things, it manifests. So it's saying come to success. Ask your God, talk to your God. This is our original therapies for Muslims. For me, my original and only therapy is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I speak to humans, but there is the one that knows my heart even before I speak is Allah. Is Allah. Because He created, the divine created me, right? It's kind of like your mother and father. Sometimes you go to your mother and father, you don't have to speak, but they know you're hungry. Same thing. This is my original. I just have to present myself, respect, ask, and pray, and receive the rewards and the blessings. That's it. Okay. So now, for Maghrib, three rakats. That means you watch it. You all figure out on your own on YouTube what is rakat. Because I want you to do your own homework. I'm not going to tell you everything. For now, if it's your first time, you can follow me. Okay? There is no wrong if you put the right intention in your heart. If you're in your heart, you say, I want to worship Allah, you will always be successful. I promise. Okay? Allahu Akbar. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So thank you so much. I hope you find some peace. And Lakmal, thank you for being here as well. Lakmal, my brother from Sri Lanka, he is always in good energy, supporting me. I know many of you from different cultures have always supported Allah. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, we cannot become God ourselves. That is haram. Annie, we don't consider ourselves gods in Islam. We are human. Because I am mortal. I am not immortal. So there is one of the comments, right? So you can ask me anything, but some of you all have been taught by the Western books and society that you are so powerful, you can be God. No. If you look at me or you, I'm telling you as a pilot, right? If you take a flight and you go above, or if you just go above a few stories high from a condo or from an apartment, look outside. You will see how tiny your neighbor looks. You will see how tiny, even look at yourself from far. Look at the mountain from far. Somebody you love, let's say they went to a mountain. Look at them from, can you see them? No, barely see them, right? That's how tiny we are. When you next time you take commercial airline, just take off and see from above how small you are, how small your problems are, how small your thoughts are in comparison for the wisdom and the power and the vastness of the divine, right? You and I, the things that people say sometimes, telling me to feel, the reason why they say that is to fill me with ego. When you say I am God, right? I carry the light of God. I can never be God. For God is eternal. I am mortal. I pass away. I become decomposed. I become bones, and then I go into the atmosphere. So in Islam, we are never gods. We are human. We are treated according to how we are accounted, kind of like the judiciary system. Actually, if I do good, good awaits me. If I do bad, bad awaits me. Who's my judge? Allah. So isn't that great? Let's say even today, let's say somebody commits a crime, right? Hurts somebody. There's a system, there's a court of law that takes them and holds them accountable to the things they do, right? You can't hurt someone physically, or you can't physically assault anybody and then go get away with it in today's day, because why? You will be held accountable according to where you live. Same thing in religious ways. I can't, I'm just human. I can't act like I'm God. I'm going to do whatever I want. No. So what Islam does to me is it humbles me. It grounds me. It tells me how, in a way, my life has very small value. Have you thought about it? A human's life actually has very small value in the grand design of things, right? You watch this, you like this, my video. 10 years from now, you won't remember my video. You won't. You watch your leaders 10 years ago. Do you remember who your leader was 10 years ago? Many of you don't remember. So the only thing I leave is my good deeds. The only thing I leave is my good deeds. Right? Even Prophet Muhammad, we don't have a picture of him. I don't know what he looks like. Whether he is white, whether he had a beard, whether he was short, whether he was tall, whether he speak like this or whether he speak like this. We don't know anything about him, because we are not allowed to paint him. You can never draw him. We don't have a portrait of him. Because Allah said, Allah is very great. Allah said, only good, only my word. We don't need images, we don't need the confuse. Because what happens if people say he dressed this way, there's some things, he dressed modestly, obviously, right? He thought a certain way to dress. But if he didn't make it a fashion, right? He didn't make it a fashion to be this way or that way. And we don't know how he looks like. Imagine if we had his picture. Every house will have his photo hanging in the street. And then people start going to the photo. I don't have a picture of my prophet. I believe in him. I don't have a picture of my God. All I have is the letter. That's how much I trust my God. With just simply a word. Right? It takes a lot of faith to believe in the unseen. That's what we call it. Islam is for those who believe in the unseen and for those who believe that there is reward for trusting. What is unseen? When you put a seed on the ground, it's pumpkin season, right? It's pumpkin season. I put a seed. Do I see the pumpkin in the seed? I don't see it. When you plant a pumpkin or a chili tree or a mango tree, all you have is a seed. But you put it in the ground. But you believe this will become a mango tree. You believe this will become a tree. You believe this will become a pumpkin. Believe in the unseen. That's how powerful it is. It'll manifest. It'll manifest. And I hope you see good. And when I'm long gone, I hope this video you will find it. And remember, I'll be smiling from above and below. Because sometimes you say when we pass away, we smile from up above. Sometimes we are down below too, right? Like ants, toads, snakes, bunnies. All, if I'm dead, there will be other creatures who circle earth and bring you signs of my life. And remember me for that. For that is signs of Allah. Allah is ever eternal, everlasting, ever existing. There's so many names for Allah, but you can only feel. It's in the heart of the believers. It's where silence is. A beautiful song from Ronan Keating, a musician, right? Thank you, Ryan. He said, you say it best when you say nothing at all. Right? Do you all have those moments when you're still? Even like, what's his name? You breathe deeply and you let go. Heartbeat, ego, right? It comes to a moment where you lose everything or you gain everything. Have you ever had that moment when you win everything or when you lose everything? We feel overwhelmed with emotions. It's not always in the middle. Whether it's always a high, whether you lose or whether you win, you feel an overwhelm of emotion, of connection with other human beings. What is that? That is you. That is the divine. I call it Allah. That connects me to Ryan, to Annie, and whoever, even those folks who commented and pushed my life. See, you all, if you were here an hour ago, the chat, like an hour, in the beginning, the chat got quite wild, right? And I stood with it. I talked to them. But had I not talked to them, it wouldn't have pushed it to get me to Ryan, who at the end of my stream says, I love your stream, keep it up. Right? So every faith is what? Believing. So Ryan, Annie, and even the person, I really genuinely hope the people that earlier told me some wild things, that they come back. Because essentially, I don't want them to be ostracized, right? I want them to connect with me, even from far, right? Because even to fight with me, that means they are alive today. I know it sounds quite crazy, but sometimes aren't you just glad that your toxic brother or sister is alive some part of the world? Because I would never wish death upon anyone. Because I have seen my own siblings, my own relatives, my own family pass away each day from all backgrounds, all ethnicities. So if you come to my live and you start fighting, I find it quite, hilarious at times, but I don't wish that you fight, right? Just appreciate one another. And if someone's fighting with you and saying mean things, don't allow that, obviously. Kind of like let it go the way that I let it go. But don't hold on to it. Don't hate them. Don't deny them. Because you never know when they would come back. And a lot of times, the people that I allow them to throw their tantrum, because God is ever loving. Think about it. You all I think in Christianity this is very true. I don't think anyone forgives like Jesus, right? Same thing. No one forgives like Allah. No one forgives. I have sinned. Oh my God! There were times even I had doubted when I was younger. I was questioning the Quran. I know the feeling, but it took me an old age. Subhanallah, before I died, I realized the value of Islam. But it takes people time sometimes. And sometimes it's seeking, you go out of it, you come back into the algorithm. It's kind of like sometimes you work out at the gym and one day you're like, I don't feel anything. I keep working out, I have the muscles, but I don't have the high or whatever. Then they go out of the gym. But after 2 years, they come back into the gym. It's almost euphoric, right? So sometimes everybody needs processing time. Master Chief? Who is Master Chief? I don't know, dear. Perfect call. I don't know who's Master Chief. Is it Master Chef? I don't know. Sorry. Sometimes people ask me things on live. If I know, I will try to answer. But I refrain from answering questions that I don't know, because people ask me questions from across the world. And there's very smart people who come into my live as well, who ask me brilliant questions. If I have the answer, I will answer. If I don't have it, first thing I would say, ask your own family, because that's what I do. Then go to ChatGPT. I'm very old school. I ask people around me first, because I'll tell you before I end my live this evening. One thing that breaks my heart is we have so many people around us today that are older, full of wisdom, even younger, full of wisdom, that we choose to sit and ask AI, right? AI will give you a very beautiful, eloquent, perfect, near perfect answer. But remember, the conversations that you can have with your loved ones, with your friends, with your community, your neighbor, even if it is a wrong answer, that connects you to that person. All right? I want you to have the connection to the person. For AI and ChatGPT will always be there, alive. You just have to turn on the phone or the device. But your neighbor, your friend, your classmate, your friends or whatever, your relatives, is not going to be here forever. So even if the answer is not what you wanted to hear, sometimes trust in the connection. Trust that it feeds you. It feeds you, it nourishes you in a way that you will never understand. A human connection is far beyond valuable than any perfect answer that a device can provide for you. And far more than ever, human beings are being phased out, right? Human beings are being phased out. So I hope you find some peace in my life. I welcome you back next time. Till then, read The Alchemist. And if you want something heavy to read or something light to read, depending on how you see it, read the Holy Quran and pray that you find your own answers. Okay, good night. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And come to TikTok as well, okay? I welcome you, all of you.